well, drink well, sleep well. Here we go.
Here we are, off again. Another cheap hotel deal. This time we're going to Plymouth, the naval town of Plymouth. Hello, sailor. We'll be going through Totnes, so we will be able to smell patchouli oil and tweed as we go past. Is the driving on Moon, because it is the most hippie-ish town in the southwest. And then we'll be heading down the dual carriageway to Plymouth. And got an absolute, well, I'm hoping, got an absolute bargain of the Leonardo Hotel in Plymouth, which there used to be the Jury's Inn, which were named after a Mr. Jury from the 1840s, and then they rebranded as Leonardo after one of the Ninja Turtles. It's an interesting choice of people to do it from. But for this one, it was £38 for a Sunday night in March. £38 for just the room. And we've got the breakfast included for £52, including breakfast, in a big hotel in Plymouth. Parking's not included, boo. But then they don't have the rooms. It is a council car park, but you do get the parking cheaper if you're a hotel guest. And then this evening we're going to break from tradition. We're not going to Spoons. We're going for dinner at that's right, the wife. We're having dinner at the Roundabout, and then we're going for drinks at the pubs that are around that area. There's a few around there. There's Brass Monkey, might end up there. We were going to do a bottomless brunch, but when you add up how much it's costing you, food that you don't really want, and all these chain ones like Las Iguanas and Turtle Bay and Slug and Lettuce, you think, is that good, or shall I go to the Roundabout for food which is independent, and then go to a few of the cheaper pubs in the area, but not Spoons because that's too far a walk. I'm not walking far. But I'm just going to carry on driving now, because this is not like a Paynton one. I'm going to do a full-on drive up towards the speed camera, and I'm just acknowledging in my head there's a speed camera. There's never been any accidents there. It's purely to make money, but it's for another vlog. And I'll see you when I get to the hotel.
Raise up your glass to the break of the day. We're bound for a harbour that's old and grey, where stories are salted like fish on a line. Plymouth's the place where we tangle with time. So roll, boys, roll to Plymouth Sound, where the gulls keep watch and the tails run aground. From the cobbled lanes to the tavern's door, we'll drink to that city and we'll beg for more. With his boots on the rail, says I'll find my fortune or I'll rot in the jail. The wife just winks with a coin in her palm, says we're going to Plymouth, I'll keep you from harm. So roll, boys, roll to Plymouth Sound, where the gulls keep watch and the tails run aground. From the cobbled lanes to the tavern's door, we'll drink to the city and we'll beg for more. Channel, the sky turning red, but Plymouth keeps calling inside of our heads.
Here we are, room 616 on the 6th floor. Once again, shattering the illusion that it's the first time I've walked in here. Let me count. Some towels. Oh, nice and rough. The missus likes the rough towels. An iron, won't be troubling that. Hangers, sparsely numbered. Ironing board. Luggage rack. Smells very fresh, lovely and fresh. Local kind of picture-y things. Oh, very nice. Mirror. Another mirror, that's a height I can use. Television, nice size. Welcome letter and a postcard. Lovely. Double bed. It's a good size. And 4 pillows, lovely. Ignore the water, we brought that, they didn't provide it. Lamps on either side. Hairdryer. Gideon's Bible. Wow. How long since you've seen a Gideon's Bible in a hotel? Ooh, a soft close. And a coffee section. And what a treat. Kenko. Nicely done, Leonardo. PG Tips, it's not Yorkshire tea, but it's a brand. Twinings. Very nice. Yeah, that's a bit grim. Not ideal. Madam, it comes with water, these places. You can wash them yourself. And mugs. No water in the kettle this time, is there? I hate that. No. So those little pots of yucky milk, but oh well. Adjoining room, so some weirdo can come in the night, but given that I'm the weirdo, it'd be me going in there. Telephone. Hey. Normal kind of plug sockets. The missus have one. Yep, normal plug sockets. Air conditioning, won't be needing that. It's been freezing today. Sofa, which I'm guessing doubles as a bed, because it's the family room. Yep. Put it back, put it back, don't touch. Table for entertaining. And what's the view like over the majestic naval city of Plymouth? Oh, it's a road. Oh, you can look across to the little church there. That could be worse. It could be a roof. Oh. All in all, absolute bargain. Now, this time I'm going to try and remember to keep this footage. Let's see what the bathroom's like. And let's have a look at the bathroom. A towel. 3 glasses, so we can have 1.5 glasses of water each. Tissue dispenser. How am I going to get one out of there? Ow, ow. No, not doing that. Liquid soap. Empty liquid soap. Ooh, some came out. Body wash. Conditioner. Body and hair wash. Shower. Oh, nice enough shower. Another towel. Sink. Hang on, there's toilet. Where's there? And the toilet. Is it clean? Clean enough for me.
2 toilet rolls for 1 night. Excellent, correct number. Yeah, very good. The wife likes the bath. Nice bathroom.
Oh, fat man and the wife set sail on a Sunday shore leave night. They traded decks for cobbled streets and a row of swinging signs. First port of call, the Roundabout, fine burger on the plate. But the pizza came out cold as sleet, so they ate it anyway. So raise it up, my hearties, raise it up. Hey! For fat man and the wife tonight, from bar to bar, they'll drain each cup, drink up, till the moon falls out of the sky. From the first warm bite to the last bad pint, they'll chase that tavern life. Sing roll, roll, roll. For fat man and the wife, they staggered on the Brass Monkey's door, where the pints were cheap as rain. Every crane went twice as far, but the stink could choke a crane. Toilets foul as a Belgian storm, paint peeled off the wall. Hold your nose and drink, she laughed, we're sailors after all. So raise it up, my hearties, raise it up. Hey, for fat man and the wife tonight, from bar to bar, they'll trade each cup, drink up, till the moon falls out of the sky. From the first one bite to the last bad pint, they'll chase that tavern life. Sing roll, roll, roll. For fat man and the wife. Next came the Montana swinging sign, all boots and country twang. Tiny room and cowboy hats, but the joy just never sang. Air was thick with old fried oil clinging to their clothes. One quick round, the fat man grinned, and back we go to port. The ship looked fair as a painted brig, with a garden kissed by breeze. Wooden benches, lantern light, and the rustle of the trees. But each small pint near broke their hearts, the price cut like a knife. We'll drink the view and nurse this brew, said fat man to the wife. To Gong and Magog, last they reeled, where the cheap ale never ends. Louder than a storm-tossed deck, but kind to all their spend. Voices roared like breaking waves, glasses crashed in time. They'll hear this song in 7 seas, she shouted through the din. So raise it up, my hearties, raise it up. Hey! For fat man and the wife tonight, from bar to bar, they'll drain each cup, till the moon falls out of the sky. From the first warm bite to the last bad pint, they'll chase that tavern life. Sing roll, roll, roll. For fat man and the wife.
And so on to my favourite part of any hotel stay, the breakfast. Lovely continental section and fruit, croissants, pastries, bagels, and proper Nutella. 4 coffee machines, so you weren't queuing for coffee. 2 toasters, and if you put your bread in, it went through once, it was toast. Perfect. So fancy muesli with shenanigans in them, don't know what, but didn't have it. Cereals, milks, different types of milk, so cow's milk and then squeezed almonds, etc.
But the breakfast, superb. The cooked bacon was beautiful, tomatoes and beans were thick, good quality, different types of bread, eggs cooked perfectly as well, and the juices were proper juice, they weren't juice drink. Sauces, all branded. I could not fault that breakfast at all. And the main part of it, the sausage. The best sausage I've had in a hotel. That's it, fella, you enjoy that. And then, weirdly, no hash browns. But instead of hash browns, they had these little new potatoes that were cooked probably in olive oil and pepper because they were delicious. Not sure I'd have them on a breakfast, but they were delicious nonetheless. And then finally capped off my breakfast with croissant and a coffee. Croissant, a little bit dry, not the best one I've ever had. Coffee was a latte, it was out of a machine. Tasted nice, but it was a little bit tepid, but the wife's wasn't. The wife had a coffee and it was warm. So, fantastic breakfast. And then I decided to take the suitcase to the car. Oh boy. So I had to pick my case up at this point because there was so much pigeon poo all over the floor. So pigeons have got trapped in there and pooed everywhere. It'd be nice if they'd have cleaned it. Down the stairway, pigeon poo, bottles, empty bottles of beer on the floor, and the worst yet, human poo on the floor. Absolutely gross, disgusting. Lifts didn't work, but to be fair, I wasn't going to get in one if they did. And then out into the horrific car park. So around the edges there were things like sleeping bags, cardboard boxes, so there were potentially people sleeping in there, but they did say that the car park was closed between midnight and 5:30 in the morning. But it was weird and creepy and eerie. The man came in behind me and didn't actually notice at this point, and yeah, I thought I was getting murdered in there. So on the way back, I'm actually going to leave the sound on when I go back in. I then remembered we had to go back to the car, this time with the wife. So I'll leave you to enjoy this way round as well.
What a treat. Right, so we have bird poop everywhere. Just don't look in the right hand corner on these stairs. I think it might have been taken away. Maybe on the previous one. The poop. Bottles. Poop. Oh no, here it is. I can't look. Human poo. Lovely. What? And that's where the rat was. And into the murder car park. I'd be shocked if no one's been murdered in here. Potentially corpses lying around the edge. Who knows? Absolute silence. £10. £10 to park here for the night.
So how would I rate the Leonardo in Plymouth? Well, the room itself was a nice sized room, had everything you wanted in there. Obviously tea and coffee was great. I'd give it a solid 4. Stayed in nicer hotel rooms, but good 4. Cleanliness 4. Just a few marks on the carpet, some of the furniture's getting a bit chipped, the sofa was a bit grubby. Around the hotel, generally very clean. Amenities, there's no entertainment in there. There is a bar, but no entertainment, no pool, and the parking, I'd rather have no parking. Being charged £10 to park overnight in that hellhole is wrong. And it looks bad on the hotel. They really either should own it and clean it or not use it. Staff 5 out of 5 from check-in through to food. Lovely, friendly, chatty staff, fantastic. Food 5 again, the best breakfast I've had in a long time in a hotel. Spot on, couldn't fault it at all. Location, it's in a good location. You're close to things like Primark, and you're also close to walking down to the Barbican, which is what we did. On the map it looked further to places like the Wetherspoons down by the Barbican, and it was very close. Overall I would give it a 4 out of 5. If I was comparing it with high-priced hotels, it really holds its own. It's a decent hotel. And value though, because of what I paid for it, 5+ every day. Please like this, please subscribe. I'm a new channel, so every subscriber is very, very appreciated. And I'll see you in the next one.